Hey guys, Sandy here, and welcome back to Stamping for Scrapbookers. This is a monthly series that Sarah, Caitlin, Christina, and I do, and we are super excited to share today's videos with you. Now, we normally have a theme for each month, and this theme is stamping alphabets, and I have chosen my favorite alphabet set, which is this alphabet set from Brutus Monroe. It's bold alphabet and lowercase outline and fill. Now, my husband bought me the bold alphabet and the uppercase fill for my birthday, so I'm going to create a background with this. Let's see what I can do. Okay guys, I just can't stop scrapbooking rainbows, and I'm not going to apologize for it because it's making me happy right now. And with the way the world is today, if something is making you happy and you're getting the joy from it, then you just keep doing it. Life is stressful for everyone, and everyone has different opinions and thoughts and feelings about what's going on in the world. And I'm of the opinion that it doesn't matter what part of current events are screwing you up. If you have something that can help you through that, then you need to do it. So I'm going to keep scrapbooking rainbows in black and white because it really is bringing me joy. Now, I went ahead and took my various letters and spelled out words like Brutus, Monroe, team, and design. And I am treating those kind of as a decoration on the page. They're not really going to be like, it's not spelling out Brutus Monroe design team. But if you look at it, you can figure out that that's what it is. So what I'm doing now is I grabbed this chicken wire stamp from Darkroom Door, and I also have these typed words from Gossamer Blue. Darkroom Door is an amazing stamp company in Australia. They have the most luscious red rubber stamps you have ever seen in your life. They are so good. And I'm using a close to my heart gray ink that I think is discontinued now. And I'm just kind of lining up where my stamped letters are going to be, and I'm putting the chicken wire underneath of it. And it looks kind of funky, but it's going to turn out okay, I promise. I'm making sure that my chicken wire is going in both directions, and then I'm just going to put that backing back on top of it and let it go off to the side. So I am going to now use the Gossamer Blue word stamps, and I'm going to be doing it with my detail ink in Raven from Brutus Monroe, and I'm just stamping it off a little bit because I want the ink to be black. I don't want it to be gray like the chicken wire is here, but I want it to be a little bit darker than chicken wire and not as dark as what I'm going to stamp on. So I'm just kind of looking and seeing where the stuff is lining up, and then I'm going to keep stamping this. And this is the great thing about a stamp positioner tool. So not only am I using it to actually stamp out the letters, I am kind of using it as my template to figure out where my background stamping has to go. And it's really super easy. Oops, almost stamped that on upside down. We don't need to do that. And then I'm just stamping off again all throughout the layout. Now what I'm going to do is ink up all of the letters on the lid of the stamping tool, and then I'm going to pop it back down. And the good thing about this is you can repeatedly stamp in the same exact spot, and you don't even have to worry about anything, and that's what makes it great. Now I'm going to go ahead and press this down, and you probably don't need to rub it with your fist, but you know, sometimes you just got to. And then you can kind of see how the black is darker in some areas and lighter in other areas. And the only thing I'm going to do is just keep on re-inking my stamps on top of the lid of my Misty here, and then push it down over and over again. Now, this is the great thing about the stamp positioner. You can keep doing this until you get the level that you want. I did get this Misty on a super awesome deal from Joann's. So I don't know if you guys like keep up with Joann's or whatever, but this This bad boy was on sale, and then it had the extra 25% off or whatever it was on top of sale items, and you were able to apply that to the cart. So I think I got it for like 46, 48 bucks, something like that, which is awesome. I have been wanting a 12 by 12 one of these, and I thought I was going to wait until the new design came out because it has a place for your magnet, and then it has like a handle. It's not just the straight plastic, but I couldn't pass it up for this deal. Like it was that good. So I went ahead and stamped that down until I was happy with the level of black on my paper here. Now I've gone ahead and grabbed a stencil, and I also have some modeling paste or molding paste. I'm not exactly sure what she calls it. It's all the same stuff. It's just a different name, but this is the Vicky Bouton stuff. It's really light and fluffy and easy to apply. So I'm just taking my stencil and applying it all the way across the top, and then I'm going to kind of like scatter it down here on the bottom. I don't want to cover up all of my black letters here, but I do want to cover up some because I'm just giving it a little bit of texture because I know that I'm going to be doing rainbows with this. So I go ahead and get that down, and then we're going to peel it off, and hopefully you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you can see it. So there it is, and this is after it's dried. So now I've gone ahead, I've grabbed my Aqua pigments, and these are watercolors, and I've pulled them into a rainbow order here, so red through purple or violet. And the only thing I'm going to do is put some color across the top here from each color, and if they mix together a little bit, that's fine. Now, I do have to say, if I was to do this over again, I would probably gesso my background page, or I would use a watercolor paper. This is just white cardstock from Close to My Heart, and you definitely, it definitely warps. I mean, it's a warpy hot mess by the time I'm done. So what I'm going to do is take my Distress water sprayer here, and I'm going to go ahead and spray that down. And then as you can see, like it didn't give me a whole lot of color. There was not a whole lot of running. And that's a lot of it has to do with it being the background paper, where it's just kind of sinking in. It's not really spreading around. So I'm just adding more and more color, and we're going to make that fall down. And I'm going to spray and add more water. And I'm just going to keep building the color because I just want more of it to happen. Like I said, I should have gessoed this or used a watercolor paper to really get it the way I wanted it to be. Now, I have done this with acrylic paint in the past as well, and I just have fun doing this. You could do this, and it doesn't even have to be a rainbow. You could just do this with a couple colors. So I'm blotting up the color because that is a lot of color, and then it is going to dry a little bit. I think I mess around with it and add a little bit more color one more time. Nope, I don't. Okay, we're putting it away. We're putting it away, people. So as you can see, the letters are almost backstage to the colorful bits over here now. And I'm okay with that. I know that this is supposed to be stamping for scrapbookers, and I'm doing a lot of mixed media right now. But you know what? Your stamping doesn't always have to be front and center when you're scrapbooking. Like, it doesn't have to be the focus of your page. It can just be like in the background and light details, and you know, just any way you can use your stamps on your pages, that's going to be a good thing because you're using a tool, and you know, you invested the money in it, so you might as well use it somehow. So even if you're just using it as background, then hey, go for it. Kind of like the chicken wire and the words, like that is definitely in the background. You can't really even see the chicken wire right now on the layout through the video, but you do see it in person. So I sprinkled gold Heidi Swap Color Shine all over the page, And then I painted these fabric stars. These are really old from Studio Calico. You're supposed to be able to mist them and do things like that. I just printed them or painted them with some Liquitex Gold acrylic ink. I am going to matte my photo on some black cardstock, and I love this photo. Like, I just love this photo. You can tell I'm ridiculously happy. I've got my name on a Brutus Monroe staff tag. In case you guys didn't figure it out by now, I am a total Brutus Monroe fangirl. I just love their stuff. I think it's good quality, and it's made in the USA, right in Pennsylvania. Most of their stuff. And it's just a good time. Like, I just have so much fun with their stuff. I'm so glad I found them. So glad I found them, and I'm so glad that I found them and I'm sharing them with you guys. I do have some friends that have definitely become Brutus Monroe fans because of sharing it with them, and I'm just really happy about that. It makes me so happy. So here we have the gold stars, and I'm just sprinkling them around the letters. And first of all, there's a lot of mixed media on this page. Second of all, these stars are older. They're chipboard, so they've got the whole thickers syndrome on them. So I'm just going to add some liquid adhesive, and I am using my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive. I now have 6 bottles of this bad boy waiting for me. My husband purchased the deal for me. He is amazing. He has been watching my videos, and then he purchased things that I've been talking about. So he's amazing, and I just love him. I went and pulled out the thickers, and I went and grabbed this gold thicker that says congrats. And look, now these thickers are sticking to the backer paper. You can't even get some thickers to stick, and some won't let go of the backer paper. It's just like, get it together, thickers. So I'm just going to say congrats, and then I'm pulling off the extra bits of paper around here because thickers. I feel like I could just be like, because thickers, and you guys would get me no matter what. Like 100% of the time you would understand. So I do add the congrats, and I'm not going to add journaling on this. I do have another photo where it is like the design team release, or it's actually an inspiration team, but you know, I wasn't going to put inspiration on the page because that would have taken up the entire page. I do have another photo, and I think for that layout, that is where I'm going to put the majority of my journaling. I do put a little messy border on the white part of the page that goes up into the ink, and then I'm going to grab my Raven ink one more time, and I'm just going to ink up the edges. I'm going direct ink to page. I'm not even pulling out a foam dauber or anything. We're just direct ink to page. I just wanted a little bit of that kind of like stark black up there. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure that you check out Caitlin, Christina's, and Sarah's take on stamping for scrapbookers. We will see you again next month for the next episode, and I will see you guys again real soon for another video.